I am now 25 years old and I plan to retire in 4 years' time in the world's most expensive city. There are street interviews of Singaporeans that said you need 10 to 15k to live comfortably in Singapore. I don't know what kind of lifestyle they are thinking about, but I'll show you a comfortable lifestyle for 3 to 10 times less money. So, what is the cost of my desired retirement lifestyle, my current progress, and is it possible to do it within 4 years? Hi, if you're new to my channel, which you probably are since I only have 28 subscribers, my name is Aaron and I'm a software engineer and have been working for 2 years. I make videos about my own finance, saving money, and retirement planning like this video. I want to retire early because I want to have full autonomy over my 9 to 6 p.m. instead of doing what someone else wants me to do. I'm not saying that my job is bad. It's pretty good actually. And even though programming is something I enjoy, there are other parts of my job that are not so much fun, like meetings, employee evaluation, going for certifications, writing long documentations. Those really suck out a lot of my energy and time. Because time is the only commodity that we cannot get back, I prioritize retiring early over living a super luxurious life. So, what might a comfortable life look like for me? I've summarized the cost of living articles from Seedly and other finance blogs to come up with my own cost of living table. For accommodations, I took a look at propertyguru.com to get the latest prices for rental properties. The first two are shared homes and the rest are whole apartments. Even a room at a good location in Singapore costs $1,200 a month. As you go up in price, the house gets bigger. I'll share what I'm aiming for after we discuss the rest of the categories. For food, I took these numbers from these blogs and the Straits Times. As you can see, you can really save a lot of money if you eat at home for majority of your meals. By the way, I searched for cheap buffet prices under $20 and multiplied that by 30 days to get $600. Because when you eat a buffet, you probably don't need to eat other meals of the day. For transport, public transport is by far the cheapest, and then is almost 1,000 more for car sharing and Grab rides. But the most expensive option is definitely owning a car. Cars are by far the most depreciating asset in Singapore because you can only keep it for 10 years, whereas Malaysians can keep their cars forever. Also, your car sits in the car park for 90+% of the time, so that means you are burning money when you are working, eating, and sleeping too. For me, I just have to accept that I won't be owning a car when I retire in Singapore. Next, for insurance, term life will be about half the price of life insurance. I haven't really compared insurance numbers across all the insurance providers, but I guess they will be around these numbers. It depends on your age as well. For a phone plan, I feel the cheapest phone plan for $7 is enough because I rarely cross 3 gigabytes a month anyway. If I do actually hit above 6 gigabytes, I'll still have unlimited data, but it will be at a slower speed. But also by then, I'll question if I'm spending too much time on my phone as well. For shopping and entertainment, I added all these prices below. There is so much more you can do in Singapore, and you can also be spending way higher than this, but I think this is quite reasonable for my own spending habits right now. And also, if you buy physical items, you can always get back some money when you sell them. So this $150 budget could actually be less. For fitness, I'm already exercising every day for free, so I don't even have time to go to a gym. My favorite free exercises are cycling, running, and also liking YouTube videos. For travel, these are the prices if you travel to these places once a year. So that's only about $50 to $100 a month. If you plan to have children, according to this article, it costs about 191k until the child turned 18 years old. So I took that number and I got $885 per month. This table is the lifestyle milestones. So for the first row, if we add up all the cheapest costs for each category, the minimum you can survive as a single person in Singapore in 2023 is $1,290. And that means renting out a room, eating at home, taking only public transport, getting the cheapest phone plan, no entertainment, no gym, no travel, and obviously no kids. If you add shopping and entertainment, that's $1,500 a month. And if you add travel once a year, that's $1,600 a month. But if you want to live alone for the privacy and security, fork out an additional $650 for a 4,000 square foot place in Toa Payoh, which seems quite fair to be honest. When you have kids, you can add $885 per child to the budget, so that's almost 3.1k, but you probably need a larger space too, so that's 4k. But if you have kids, that means you have a partner, so if you split the cost equally, that's 2 plus k only. For me, I'm aiming for the highest one for the singles, which is 2.2k, so I can get my own place for some privacy and security, but also get to enjoy travel and entertainment. Since the cost of a child and a bigger house is cheaper than single cost when I split equally with my future partner, the 2.2 goal will also be enough when I have a kid next time. So I'm aiming for 2,400 per month during retirement to give my parents allowance and as a buffer for sudden expenses. Also, if I don't spend the travel and entertainment budget, it's gonna go back into investing so I can increase my dividends per month. So what's my current progress? Right now I average $835 per month as dividend returns, which means I am $1,565 away from my goal of $2,400. My salary is now $6,500 a month, so that means I get $5,200 after CPF. I'm living with my parents now, so I'm using this time to save up as much as I can. I'm only spending less than $600 a month. If you're interested to know how I spend so little, I made a video of how I spend my monthly salary. After I minus off my spending and adding back my current dividend returns, as well as corporate bonuses, I have at least $6,768 a month to invest. If I invested in 5% dividend yield stocks like DBS, the $6,768 would bring me $28.20 a month. So that's 4 years, 7 months, more years of working. However, I only buy stocks with at least 6.4% dividend yield. For example, right now there is Frasers Logistics at 7.2% yield and OCBC was at 6.6% yield when I bought it. This drops my number of years of working to 3 years and 6 months, and that's without capital gain or dividends further reinvested. I also expect the dividends per unit for the stocks to increase because that's what I consider when buying stocks as well. But even without capital gain, dividends reinvested, and increasing dividends per unit, I can retire on April 2027. I'll be 29 years old by then, and it's before my 30th birthday. There are some ways I can make it faster, like retiring in a cheaper country like Malaysia, that's geographical arbitrage, or even by creating other passive income streams like YouTube, and also spending even less money than now. And if I can do all those, I could probably retire before 29 or even before 28 years old. I am really excited and curious to see if I can do it. So consider subscribing to get notified on updates if I'm on track to my goal and when I actually retire. Some final thoughts. I know not everyone has the same motivation as me to retire by sacrificing a lot now, but for me, it's normal. I think of saving money as a game, and every time I save is a win for me. I'm also super busy and I don't really have opportunities to spend money, so I guess that's a good thing. However, I acknowledge that I may be foregoing some of the more expensive experiences like traveling, but the way I see it, I can retire in another country and don't have to worry about returning the next Monday for work. They say live while you're young, but by the time I retire, I'll still be young. So I'm just gonna stick to my plan and invest as much of my salary as I can. If you're interested to know exactly how I spend my monthly salary, watch this video here.